Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Have you ever wondered who your child is spending time with during sleepovers or play dates? It's a question that crosses every parent's mind at some point, and it's not one to be taken lightly. You see, sleepovers are a rite of passage, a cornerstone of childhood friendships and memories. But they also require trust and vigilance from us, the parents. Let's consider a little story about a boy named Sam. Sam is your typical 10-year-old, full of life, curiosity, and a love for adventure. His best friend Jake lives just a few houses down, and they've been inseparable since kindergarten. One day, Jake invites Sam for a sleepover, sparking a wave of excitement. Sam can barely contain his joy at the prospect of a night filled with games, movies, and late-night snacks. Meanwhile, Sam's parents, John and Lisa, are experiencing a different set of emotions. Sure, they're happy for Sam. They remember their own childhood sleepovers fondly, but they also feel a tug of concern. After all, they know Jake and his parents, but how well do they really know them? They've exchanged pleasantries at school functions and neighborhood gatherings, but is that enough? John and Lisa, like any parents, want to ensure Sam's safety and well-being. They understand that trust is crucial, but so is being informed and aware. They grapple with their decision, weighing their son's happiness against potential risks. They ask themselves, do they know Jake's parents' rules about screen time, about the type of movies allowed? Do they know who else might be in the house during the sleepover? As the day turns into evening and the sleepover time approaches, John and Lisa's minds are filled with questions and concerns. They realize this is not just about a sleepover. It's about understanding, about being involved in their child's life, and about knowing the environment he is stepping into. But as the night draws near, the parents start to question, do they really know who their child is spending the night with? The fear of the unknown can sometimes create a terrifying picture in our minds. The parents of Sam, much like many others, were caught in this web of uncertainty. They found themselves questioning the sleepover Sam was so excited about. It's not that they didn't trust their child, quite the contrary. They had immense faith in Sam's judgment. But they were aware that a child's perception of the world is often tinted with innocence and naivety. They understood that sometimes it's the things you don't know that can harm you the most. The host family was a mystery to them. They had met them a few times at school events, exchanged polite nods and smiles, but beyond that, they were strangers. They weren't just worried about the big, headline-grabbing dangers that every parent fears, but also about the smaller things. Were they smokers? Did they have pets Sam could be allergic to? Did they keep late hours that could disrupt Sam's sleep schedule? The unknown was a dark cloud hanging over their heads. They knew they couldn't protect Sam from everything, but they also knew they couldn't just sit back and let their fears run wild. So they decided to take a step towards dispelling the darkness of the unknown. They chose to reach out to the host family. They made a simple call, expressing their concerns and asking some basic questions about the household. It was a step that took courage, as they didn't want to come across as overbearing or intrusive. But they also understood that their primary responsibility was towards their child's safety and well-being. This simple act of reaching out made a world of difference. It didn't just help them understand the host family better, but also put their own minds at ease. They discovered that the host family was understanding and more than willing to address their concerns. The parents' decision to act on their concerns changed the course of the evening. It transformed the unknown into a familiar landscape, painted with the colors of understanding and reassurance. And in this journey of parenting, they learned that sometimes the unknown isn't as terrifying as it seems, especially when you take the initiative to shine a light on it. Sometimes the truth is not as scary as our imagination makes it out to be. You know, we humans have a knack for letting our thoughts run wild. We conjure up worst-case scenarios, we overthink, we worry. And when it comes to our children, this tendency multiplies tenfold. But let's get back to our story. Remember the anxious parents who were unsure about their child's first sleepover? Well, after a lot of deliberation, they decided to take a step forward. They chose to communicate, to clear the air, to dispel the doubts. And you know what they say, right? Communication is key. Yes, it indeed is. They approached the other child's parents openly and honestly. They expressed their concerns, their apprehensions, their fears. And guess what happened next? The other parents didn't scoff or get offended. Instead, they listened. They understood. They reassured. They shared their own experiences, their own worries when their child went for their first sleepover. And slowly, the wall of anxiety started crumbling down. The parents got to know the other family better. They discovered common grounds, shared values, and similar parenting styles. They found out that their worries were unfounded, their fears misplaced. The other family wasn't the unknown, scary entity they had imagined. They were just like them, parents wanting the best for their children. And this discovery, my friends, was a sigh of relief. It was a reassurance that their child was in safe hands. It was a reminder that sometimes the monsters we create in our heads are far scarier than reality. This story isn't just about a sleepover or play date. It's about the importance of communication, of transparency. It's about not letting unknowns breed unnecessary worries. It's about understanding that everyone has their own fears and apprehensions, and it's okay to talk about them. And so the sleepover goes on, with the parents now at ease, knowing their child is in good hands. Every experience, every decision carries with it a lesson to be learned. And so our story brings us to the crux of the matter, the wisdom to be gleaned from this shared journey. Let's revisit the key points, the essence of this tale that underscores the importance of being aware of who your child is with. Remember Sam, his excitement for the sleepover, the anticipation of a night of fun with friends, and his parents feeling a tad nervous, yet wanting to respect their son's growing independence. Their dilemma is a mirror to many we face in our parenting journey. The first lesson is the importance of knowing who your child is with. It's not about being overbearing or intrusive. It's about ensuring your child's safety and well-being. It's about being familiar with the environment they'll be in, the people they'll be with. It's about asking the right questions, getting to know the other parents, their rules, their values. Next, we learned about the significance of communication between parents. It's not just about coordinating pickup times or discussing what snacks to pack. It's about sharing expectations, discussing concerns, establishing mutual understanding. It's about creating a network of trust, a community that shares a common goal, the welfare of our children. It's also essential to establish open communication with your child, so they feel comfortable discussing their experiences and any concerns they may have. And finally, we come to trust. Trust in your child, in their ability to make good decisions. Trust in other parents, in their commitment to keep your child safe. And trust in yourself, in your parenting instincts, your ability to guide your child. These lessons are not just about sleepovers. They're about parenting, about nurturing a child in a world that can be unpredictable, challenging, yet full of opportunities for growth. So next time your child plans a sleepover, remember the story of Sam and his parents and the peace of mind that comes from knowing who your child is spending time with. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos.